What's up, everyone? My name is MARKLIKEASHARK. So 2020, without a surprise, hands down has to be the worst year of my life, as well as for many others too. The amount of BS that was thrown at us has just been baffling to say the least, and at times it feels like things just kept getting worse. From worldwide issues such as COVID-19 to personal issues in my life like my mental health, and at certain points throughout the year feeling like I could not catch a break. I'm sure that many of you can relate to those things one way or another. Many of us have lost our jobs, lost opportunities, or experiences that we were waiting for, and many of us have lost certain things that have affected our livelihood in some shape or form. In this video, I'm going to be looking back at 2020 and explain to you guys what was good and bad about my year, but not go too in depth because some of the things are a bit personal, but nonetheless, I would like to share you guys how 2020 was for me. At the start of the year, I was a senior in high school and was anticipating many things that got canceled, like a competition that took place in Reno that others and I were preparing for since the fall of last year. These things included prom, late senior events, senior sunset, and other things that I unfortunately could not experience due to COVID-19. Most importantly, I could not experience a proper graduation where I walked up a stage with a huge crowd showcasing my accomplishment of being a first generation high school graduate within my family. During the summer, I got over all of this, but it would have been nice to experience all of these things. It also sucked that I couldn't have properly said goodbye to all of my friends and teachers, but I found an interesting way to do it nonetheless that was successful. When it comes to my personal life, I was extremely stressed at some points throughout the year for various reasons. At the beginning of the year, I had a lot of responsibilities that were on my plate, and I was not at my best mentally. I also had to make a very difficult decision that would lead to serious consequences. At the time, I thought I made the wrong choice, but now I know I made the right choice, being a little bit wiser and older too, and an honest one at that as well. Before things got better, things felt like they got worse. After all that, I felt burnt out. Then all of a sudden, lockdown began for all of us here. I know for many people, they hated lockdown and it ruined their livelihoods in some shape or form. But for me, it was exactly what I needed. It gave me time to relax, get better mentally, and think about what will lie ahead for the rest of the year. During the summer, I was very anxious because I was about to start my first semester at college. What made things weirder and worse in most ways was that I could not attend any of my classes on campus because of COVID-19 yet again. And it still was so weird because all my classes were held online, and even all my classes next semester will be online too. This overall just impacts me negatively because I can't have a proper college experience. I can't get familiar with my own campus or how in-person college classes work. I'm not able to socialize with friends or people in my class. And I was forced to learn in an environment and learning style that I was not familiar with. When fall rolled around and college started, I was struggling a lot adjusting to college. Part of it was that I took every assignment seriously. I overreacted to everything, even a small grade, for example, that I could have easily fixed later. I also had back pain from sitting on my computer all day, eye strain as well, and insomnia, which caused my mental health to get worse. Dealing with college and all this gave me so much stress, and I just felt almost overwhelmed every single day. On the bright side, things got a lot better. I got medication for my sleep, and I finally was able to adjust to all my college classes eventually. But those days prior were like hell to me, especially barely getting any sleep every day. Now you may be thinking, oh my gosh, Mark, your year sounded terrible. And yeah, from that perspective, it was, but I have to say without a doubt as well, I accomplished the most this year, and I overcame a lot of difficulties. For one, this year, I was an MC at a conference at the Tropicana Casino where I spoke in front of a live audience where I started the event and announced various people across the stage. Public speaking is something that I love to do, as I did similar things in high school where I interviewed teachers during their period in front of their class. Shout out to anyone who has seen any of my news videos back on JNN. However, this felt like I was doing something professional, like as if it were a job, and I nailed it as well. I met cool people as well as the president of CSN and other important educators too. The most important accomplishment to me this year was my high school slideshow. As I mentioned before, I couldn't thank everyone properly, so I just found a unique approach to do so instead. COVID-19 and other circumstances left me devastated, but creating this video took me out of that dark place and filled me with motivation when I needed it the most. I spent hours every single day for an entire month working on the slideshow because I wanted to make something special and I wanted to show others how grateful I am for their support and friendship during my last 4 years of high school. Above all, I just wanted to impact others by spreading positivity in such dark and tribulating times. When I posted my video, I just could not believe the reception it got. It made people cry. It made people happy. And it touched a lot of individuals who watched it. People, to my surprise, started sharing it. And it reached even more people, in fact. In fact, everyone that I wanted it to reach. Today, my slideshow has over 1,000 views on Facebook. And I cannot thank all of you enough for taking the time to watch it. It means a lot and you all are special to me. I had never been so proud of myself in my life, and it makes me feel like I can make a positive impact on others. This year was also the year I graduated high school. My parents never graduated high school, so it was awesome to join my older brothers in being first generation high school graduates. I got the college and career readiness diploma for being 3 years in my magnet class and passing my CTE exam. I won medals and other certificates too, like my seal biliteracy, even though my Spanish is very broken. I'm very thankful for being pushed and encouraged to take the test because I was gonna skip it out of fear and insecurity. Overall, graduating high school was one of the greatest accomplishments I did this year. Not just graduating, but enrolling to college as well is something amazing too, because my parents never got the opportunity to pursue higher education. Going into the summer, I also studied very hard to pass my placement exam to get put into college level math. You see, I was always bad at math and scored low on my ACT. Like pretty bad, like you might think I'm stupid or something. So I was placed into remedial math while having a college math class that was extra. Having 2 math classes sounded like hell, so I decided to take a placement exam and dedicate myself to study so I could score high enough to get rid of my remedial class. It took the entire summer and I failed the test 3 times. I also remember staying up all night learning high school algebra because it was too difficult for me to understand, but on my 4th try I passed it. My brother over here got almost a perfect score and is doing calculus now. Isn't that great? Getting good at something I always hated and never understood was such an amazing feat for me as well. At the end of the semester too, I passed with A's and B's. I just couldn't have asked for a better way for the semester to end. The last thing COVID-19 has allowed me to do is spend more time with my family. I haven't ever felt closer to my brothers ever before. It made me appreciate my brother and I enjoy their company. My family certainly helped me out a lot when I was struggling the most year, and I don't know what I would do without them. I also hung out with a few friends, but I didn't go out all the time, because of the virus. But I appreciate the moments with the friends I kept after high school. So yeah, this year was the absolute worst for me because I had to go through so many obstacles and got put in situations that were complex to overcome or solve. At times I felt like things got worse, but I clung on to the people who made this year special. And if you're watching this, you're probably one of those people. And I don't feel as stressed as I was before throughout the year. Overcoming these obstacles taught me so many lessons, and 2020 has helped me know what my priorities are. Because of that, I know how to make better choices in life, and I matured a lot because of it too. Finally, this one thing saves 2020 itself. It saves this year from the pandemic, from all the lost jobs, broken families, and violence in the world. It saves us from all this corruption that has gone in the government and in the mainstream media itself. It's more important than me graduating high school or getting into college. Guys, I am talking about Steve and Sephiroth being in Smash. Like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. I know we got Ming Ming as well, but no one cares about her. All these terrible things that happened this year needed to happen, or you wouldn't have gotten this blessing that Lord Sakurai has given to us. In 2021, I hope Sora and Waluigi get into Smash, and if he doesn't, I will go into Nintendo's headquarters and make Sakurai choke on a Joy-Con until he dies. Nah, but in all seriousness, I expect 2021 to be a lot better with some of the BS from 2020 following with it. It all depends on us really. We can choose to make this year a terrible year, or we can choose to make the world a better place by finally putting Waluigi in Smash with his hippie-loving mushroom brothers. My name is MARKLIKEASHARK. This is my first voiceover. I'm so uncomfortable doing this. This is like my 1000th attempt. Please like the video. Please subscribe if you enjoyed everything. Peace.